Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of the Detroit Lions franchise, and this is going to be week 3 against the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a big week for us. As you can see, Rodney Foreman has the possibility of getting an upgrade in trait after his big performance against Chicago, and that means he's going to be eligible for a star development. And what do we have to get here? 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. We'll have to see about that. The whole entire point of the series is we're not going to force it. As right away, we're going to be looking through the Cincinnati Bengals roster. You can see Burrow there, the quarterback, but you can see their first round draft pick right under him. He's not getting any playing time. No surprise there. It's a little disappointing with the update that they did in Madden, but it is what it is. We'll have to monitor that as we go. And I'm looking at the defense, and nothing too notable. They have a couple players getting sacks. It's going to be a committee kind of thing going on for their D-line and linebackers when it comes to pressure. It's our first week that we're not going to be facing, an elite defensive line, whether it be Nick Bosa or the 49ers, so D Ford and... so we're going in this, and I think this is going to be a great start for this team after coming off for a win. We want to change how things are going here. I'm hoping that we can string along 2 wins here. Matthew Stafford looked phenomenal last week, and once again, we're just going to be going through the little pregame intro, and there's Matthew Stafford himself. And here we go, the opening kickoff. Of course, Matt Prater is going to be the one doing it, and here we go. The ball is off, and of course, when you have a kicker like Matt Prater, you can expect a lot of touchback kicks, and that's exactly what we get there. Nothing wrong with that, but that does mean that the Bengals will be opening off, and that means Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, and a big receiving core with a couple notable guys, whether it be Boyd or Green. I don't know if Green is still there, but they have T. Higgins as well. We're going to have a big challenge. It's a very diverse offense who can, they can make plays all over the field. And when you got Joe Burrow, magical things can happen. So first run there, they give it to Joe Mixon for the gain of 8. Now Joe Burrow under center with Mixon behind. There's going to be a motion by the tight end here, and it's going to be handed off, but going nowhere as Coleman and Jelani Tavai are able to make the stop on second down. So it's going to be a 3rd and 2 on the 33-yard line here. Joe Burrow once again back under center. Joe Mixon is a 3-down back, so we're going to be seeing him a lot this week. As we've gone on, we've been seeing a lot of back by committee, but this is Joe Mixon's team, and as you can see, he is a very dangerous player. He's able to get them the first down and much more. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now, once on the 43. Joe Burrow in the shotgun for only the 2nd time today. And he's going to be looking around. He's going to dump it off here to T. Higgins, I believe, on a little hook route down the middle. It's going to be a good first down, 12 yards right there. And this offense is already rolling. No stress for them so far. Joe Burrow under center is going to hand it off down the middle. And it's going to be Deshaun Hand who's able to take him down for only a gain of 3 or 4. It's now 2nd and 6. And this is their first drive, and they've been driving on us. We'd love to come out with a stop here. Joe Burrow dropping back. He's going to look around, and he's going to dump this one out of bounds. Not finding anybody. Good coverage by the defense there. And you can see a little review of our draft class there. I'm sure you guys already know about Rodney Foreman. Can he continue a big performance? This is a big game for him as he looks for a trait boost. Joe Burrow now dropping back, and he's going to get hit as he throws, and he's not going to be able to get it down there. That was Tyler Boyd, and that was going to be Coleman in coverage. So just like that, it's 4th and 6, and we force the field goal. And Matthew Stafford, for the first time today, will be coming out. Hopefully he can keep the momentum going. Those are his stats for the season so far, only 2 weeks down. And you know what? After a 3-interception performance, bouncing back with 2 touchdowns and a high completion percentage, we are very excited to see that. I think that's the kind of game he can bring. But like I said in second week, it's just going to be about finding chemistry with his new weapons. Now, dropping back for the first time, Matthew Stafford looking around, and he is off target there, looking for the little out route. I believe that was Sammy Watkins, the target. Back in shotgun now, DeAndre Swift to his left. He's going to hand this off. It's going to be an inside zone, and that might just be a first down or a 2nd and inches. It's going to be a first down right there. That's a great carry right there. Now Stafford back again in shotgun. This is a lot of shotgun for this team. This is what we like to do. We want to throw the ball, and we want to be able to keep it balanced in the run game. So we like to go under center as well, but you're going to see a lot of shotgun for us. As you can see here, this is our first time going under center. Matthew Stafford now is going to motion off Sammy Watkins, and it's going to be a handoff to him, but nothing to gain, but he's able to fight for 2 yards, 1 yard there. Good job. Mackenzie Alexander was the first defender on the scene, and he was unable to take him down. So Sammy Watkins is able to fall forward. Now Matthew Stafford handing off the ball to DeAndre Swift. He bounces off Davis Akeem Gaither, and he's going to gain about 9 yards to set us up for a 3rd and 1. Kerryon Johnson checks in for the first time today, and he's going to get the ball, and he's running down the middle, able to break off 1 tackle before Davis Akeem Gaither is able to take him down. Once again, going under center. This is quite unusual for this offense, but we think we can take advantage of that front 7 that they have. Now Matthew Stafford under center. He's going to drop back this time, looking around. He's going to dump it off to the backup tight end, Jesse James. We tried to get the ball to him earlier in week 1, and he was unable to come down to it. That's just his second look this season, and he's able to get us 6 yards there. Not bad for a little flat route. Now looking around, Matthew Stafford going deep for Rodney Foreman. He breaks a tackle, and he's in the end zone. Rodney Foreman does it again. Last week, it was the big fade route. This week, it's just a little post right here, but he's able to get his name on the board quick and early, and it's awesome to see our rookie receiver making plays like that. And this is just a big man making big plays here, and it's just going to be a great throw. As you can see, the 2.8 seconds, that's kind of the sweet spot, between 2.5 and 3 seconds for a quarterback to get the ball out of his hands, and he's just able to break the tackle and tumble into the end zone, and just a great route there. He creates the separation. The DB is behind him and over. There's no chance he's making a play on that until Rodney Foreman catches the ball, and as you can see there, it results in a touchdown. Of course, the extra point is good, and now Matt Prater is once again going to kick it, and it's another touchback. Definitely impressed by his leg. I mean, he's got an absolute cannon. I wouldn't be surprised if he's ready to retire in the next 2 seasons. But for the time being, he's looked pretty good this year. He's missed 1 kick. But other than that, I think he's looked great. I think he's got his confidence back. And as you can see, a little stretch route to Joe Mixon. And wow, Malik Hooker makes the hit. It seems almost like a weekly thing. Malik Hooker just finds a possibility or finds an opportunity to go out and lay an absolute lick on someone. This time, it's on Joe Mixon. Now Joe Burrow under center. He's looking around, and he's going to dump it off to the flat, and that's going to be Tyler Boyd. Joe Burrow now back into the shotgun, Mixon to his right. He's looking around. He's going deep. That's T. Higgins, and T. Higgins drops it. He was a big pickup for them last year. They didn't know what would happen with A.J. Green, so they go ahead and get T. Higgins for an aging receiving group, and he doesn't make the catch, but on the crossing route there, he does. And Malik Hooker saves the touchdown by angling him out of bounds. T. Higgins bounces back for the drop catch, perhaps. I'm not sure. Could have been a touchdown on the first shot, but he does get the second one, and they keep moving forward. Now hand off to Joe Mixon. He's going to cut it up, and that's going to be Tracy Walker able to take him down by himself. It's not often that a defensive back is able to take down Joe Mixon by himself, but he does a great job of wrapping him up. Now in the empty set, Joe Burrow is going to snap the ball, and dropping back, looking around. And he's got nothing, but finally finds the out route. But I do not believe Joe Mixon keeps his feet in bounds. He does not. So just like that, it's a 3rd and 7. And once again, this defense can get them to pack their bags. Joe Burrow dropping back, looking around. He's got the little route. He's got the little button route in the center there. And I believe that's Auden Tate. It is. That's just a great play right there. It's worked for them, and it's worked against every opponent that has gone against us. It's worked for all of them, and that's something we need to adjust. Our linebackers need to apply their practice in there and start making stops on those. Now going off the crosser route, that's going to be Gerald Everett. I'm not sure what happened there. It does not look like he got out of bounds. Perhaps his foot does end out of bounds, but this is going to be the last play before the second quarter. Now, once again, to start off the second quarter, Joe Burrow, empty set, looking around, and he's going to dump this one off to Joe Mixon, and that's Jeff Okuda in the area, unable to punch it out. And you know what? Joe Mixon's a pretty good, versatile back. He's able to do it both in the run game and pass game. Maybe not as talented when it comes to the passing game like Christian McCaffrey or a Kamara, but he's able to get the job done. He does it there and scores a touchdown, the first touchdown of the game for the Bengals. Now Agnew looking around, trying to get a good return. He's going to be stopped at the 24 on the left hash. We're still waiting for that big pop play from Agnew, and I think he's going to get it at some point, but I just never know when. Now it's going to be Matthew Stafford under center, I formation. It's going to be Jesse James motioning out to the left. And we're going to hand it off here to Kerryon Johnson for his second carry of the game, and a good physical run there. Wilson takes him down, but not before he gets 8 yards. DeAndre Swift back in the game now. The clock running out, and Matthew Stafford will snap the ball. It's a play action, looking around, and Matthew Stafford's just going to finally dump it off to Swift, but with his momentum, he's going to be carried out of bounds before he can gain anything, and it's going to be a 3rd and 2 on the 32-yard line here, and Matthew Stafford back under center. It's going to be another play action, looking around, and we're going to go deep here, and Brashad Perriman cannot come down with it. That's a great shot right there. But Matthew Stafford, I just want to see him put a little bit more air on that so Brashad Perriman can run under it with that speed. Now Joe Burrow back out, and it's going to be a little dump off to Gerald Everett in the flat. He's going to gain about 3 or 4 right there. And Gerald Everett's been getting involved nice and early so far. He had the little out route earlier before in the drive. And now he's going to be coming out here. So I think he's going to be someone we have to watch for with our track record against tight ends. Now Joe Burrow throwing it again, and that's Auden Tate. Just another little button route. And it looks like teams are starting to catch on that our weakness in the pass game is going to be where our linebackers are. Whether it be in man or in zone, we have not been able to stop offenses who target that area. Now Joe Burrow rolling out, and that's Romeo Okwara. Had the 14-sack season last season, and this is going to be his first one this season. That's his first sack of the season. And hopefully he can have a similar season to last year, because that could be a big help for this defense. We did re-sign him for that exact purpose. Now a little hook route. Auden Tate, once again, they did a little mesh between him and Tyler Boyd, and he gets open after a little rub there. And Joe Burrow, 3rd and 9 now, coming out. He's going to drop back and looking around. Still nothing. Coverage is great, and finally he throws it, but wow, Tyler Boyd comes back to it. He was hit as he throws. It felt like he had all day in the pocket, but when he did release it, someone got there. But Tyler Boyd does a great job of coming down and getting that ball. And just like that, it's 1st and 10 on the 49. And another little dump off to Auden Tate. This time Mitch Klein, the closest defender, unable to knock it out. 2nd and 5 now. Joe Burrow with Joe Mixon to his right. It's going to be another pass play. Looking around, and he's going to dump it off to the in route to Tyler Boyd, who's able to he tries to make a little move, unable to get Tracy Walker off of him. But let's look at the next gen stats here. I always find these interesting, especially for a play like this. It's not necessarily the most special play, but let's see what it's all about. A great view of the O-line. We love that. Absolutely. Now Joe Burrow backing up. He's going to get a nice hitch right there, and he's going to find Tyler Boyd wide open. We were in man coverage. That's going to be Coleman in coverage. Is it going to tell us his top speed? Yeah, doesn't eclipse the 20 miles per hour mark, but didn't have much open field to get momentum going. And he's going to get 12.2 yards after the catch. I always find those interesting. That's just the small stuff that you don't pay attention to without the next-gen stats. Now, Joe Burrow is going to hand it off to Joe Mixon, a little counter route. I believe that was a power. I didn't see the guard pull, but I do believe he did. And they're not going to get much there, only 3 yards. Now, Joe Burrow with Mixon to his left. He's doing a flat route, but he's going to dump it off to Auden Tate. This time it is Desmond Trufant in coverage. Under center now, Joe Mixon behind him. I don't think we've seen any other back play for them so far. And it's going to be a little dump off there. And it's going to be a 2nd and 2 on the 2-yard line as well. So no opportunity for a first down. This could be important for us. And Joe Mixon running around, breaks a tackle. And no, Tracy Walker seems to have his number today, as on multiple occasions he's been able to take him down in one-on-one situations. And he's been very active in both the pass game and run game so far. Very impressed with him in this game. Now a possible run again, and they do. This time Deshaun Hand getting involved along with Jared Davis, able to take him down, and just like that, after a 2nd and 2, a 3rd and 2, they're now 4th and 2, and they're going to be forced to take a field goal. A little surprising here. You'd think they might go for it, but they let the clock run out as much as possible before going into half. And hopefully Agnew gets a big opportunity here to make a big play, something we've been waiting for all season so far. And Agnew's going to return. He's going to take this one down the middle, and nothing to get there. I believe that's C.J. Uzama who's able to make the tackle. And we're going to be lined up at the 21-yard line. And a lot of you questioning why we aren't just taking a knee with Agnew. I think with a guy with his talents, his ability in the kick return and punt return, that we're just giving him a full go. You know, we never know when he's going to be able to pop off a play, and I think it's important to just have that part of the that part of the team open for possibilities. Now screenplay to DeAndre Swift. He's going to get caught from behind. Now I was quite surprised to see that happen, but Miller rookie defensive end is able to come down with him. Now Stafford in the shotgun, Swift to his left once again, looking around, and that's Miller, who just made the play before, the hustle play on DeAndre Swift, who's now going to get the pressure and force a fumble, and Taylor Decker, who allowed him to get the sack, is going to be the one who recovers it. Now in the empty set, we need to get this ball off quickly. They're bringing pressure, and we're going deep to Rodney Foreman, and there is a flag on the field. I believe that is a pass interference on Trey Waynes. And it absolutely is. And we're going to take that. That's going to bring us to their 47-yard line. And this is going to continue our hopes to go out and score and take the lead before half. Now Matthew Stafford dropping back, and he's going to dump it off to Rashad Perriman. And he is just so dangerous on those drags with his speed. He is able to turn the corner and get those extra yards. He gets the first down there. Now, on the 37-yard line with 30 seconds left, Matthew Stafford looking around. He's going to throw it deep. He's hit, and Rodney Foreman comes back to it. We saw Joe Burrow get a similar play earlier to Tyler Boyd. Well, you know what? We can do that too. Matthew Stafford gets hit, but puts just enough air on it for Rodney Foreman to realize and then come back to it. Now dumping it off to Sammy Watkins. It is punched out. So this is going to be a 2nd and 10 with 21 seconds left. Keep notice, we still have 2 timeouts. There's an opportunity to reserve as much time as possible if we need it. Now dumping off to Kerryon Johnson on the wheel route, and he's in the end zone. Just like that, we were already thinking that we need 2 timeouts possibly to keep the time going so we can go score, but we just get it on the next play. And Kerryon Johnson, a little wheel route, and then he's just going to run it into the end zone. And he's made a couple big plays for us this year, and I can say, I think it's fair opportunity, or fair, it's definitely possible that he starts fighting for more play time here, because he's been nothing but amazing so far this season. And with only about 1 play left going into the half, they run it, and that will be it. They're not going to take their timeouts with only 15 seconds left, and we're going to jump right into the second half. And this time, of course, we return it, and Agnew is once again going to get the opportunity to go out and make a play. But more importantly, this offense has the opportunity to go out and pad this lead. Now, a great return there by Agnew, taking it down to the 29. He also centered us pretty much in the middle of the field, a little to the left, but that opens up possibilities for opening up the whole playbook. Now, Matthew Stafford on the low counter route is going to hop it off to Swift, who's able to shrug off the tackle there, Taylor Decker, who got pushed back a little bit, but he's going to be able to make good yards there. 2nd and 6 now on the 33. Matthew Stafford hands it off once again to Swift, and good physical running, and that just might be a first down, and it is a great run there for DeAndre Swift, but Kerryon Johnson now checks in here. We're going to give Swift a little break after 2 physical plays. We're going to see Jesse James once again motioning out to the left. We're handing this one off to Kerryon Johnson, who shakes off 2 people, and he gets the first down. And just like that, he gets another big play. And I'm telling you, Kerryon Johnson just seems like a magnet when it comes to making big plays. And he's just been so reliable for us this year. And I definitely think in future games it's possible that he gets a bigger look. Now finding TJ Hawkinson for the first time, just a little out and sit right there. And just like that, we're 2nd and 2 on the 43-yard line. Matthew Stafford under center. It's a play action. And what does he find? He's going to set his feet, and he's going to find TJ Hawkinson on the sideline, who is able to bring it in. And Matthew Stafford so far 10 for 13, but Cincinnati does challenge it. And we'll have to wait for the ruling to see what happens. Hopefully we get a better camera angle than usual, and we can look at the feet. And just like that, the right foot is in. And I think by the time he actually caught the ball, his left foot was already planted on the ground. And let's see what the refs rule. See the refs running out, Matthew Stafford talking to Hawkinson, perhaps asking him, do you think you got it in? And just like that, it's ruled good. So Cincinnati, going into the 3rd quarter, has wasted a timeout, and that could prove to be crucial later on in the game. But Akeem Gaithers is able to make a big play on DeAndre Swift behind the line of scrimmage, and we're going to be 2nd and 11 after that challenge play. Matthew Stafford under center now. He's going to snap the ball, dropping back. It's going to be a pass play. What does he find? He's going to end up dumping this off to DeAndre Swift, who breaks the tackle. And just like that, What would have been a big loss ends up being a decent gain, and it's 3rd and 3, and this is very manageable for the Detroit Lions offense. Matthew Stafford in the shotgun. Swift stays on the field to his left. Looking around now, and he's going to throw this one, and Brashad Perriman. What a tight gap for Stafford to throw that in, but with a guy with arm strength like him, those kind of plays become very possible, and Brashad Perriman does a great job not giving up on the ball. That did seem like it was a little far, but he gets it nonetheless. Kerryon Johnson comes out, and he's going to be stuffed. No gain there. It's 2nd and goal on the 1-yard line, and Kerryon Johnson stays into the game. Matthew Stafford under center is going to snap the ball, hands it once again to Kerryon Johnson, who shrugs off the defender and the tight end blocking and is able to walk into the end zone. And just like that, this offense ends up padding the lead and putting us in a much better situation. We came out of a tight game last week, and if we can get a nice little win with a nice decent lead without not too much stress, this can definitely help for momentum. Now Matt Prater is going to kick the ball once again, and shock there, it's going to be a touchback. I thought he was going to run it out there for a little bit. That would have been interesting. But Cross is going to keep it in the end zone, take his knee, and just like that, Joe Burrow, his goal right now is to keep this game alive. So he's going to drop back in shotgun, and he's going to drop this one off. I believe that is Gerald Everett, who makes another good catch. It's going to be 2nd and 2, and looks like the Detroit Lions are coming out in a blitz formation. They're going to want to bring pressure here. Now Walker looking around, and who else but Gerald Everett, who makes 2 big plays now, and by himself gets him the first down with 2 catches. Joe Burrow under center. It looks like they veered away from the run game so far. That may happen because of the lead, but Joe Mixon does get the carry there. Oh no, if he would have popped that out to the gap on the left, I believe he could have made a big play there. But we're able to suck him in and make sure he does not get loose. Joe Burrow under center, dropping back, looking for a play. And who else but Danny Shelton getting the sack? He is currently leading the team in sacks, and he is proving us wrong. I think he'd struggle in a 4-3, and he has decided that he was going to be a very big part of this defense in the pass pressure. Romeo Okwara just had his first one. Deep shot there for Auden Tate. Jeff Okudah is able to catch up there. Auden Tate, not the fastest receiver, but just like that, after the sack from Danny Shelton, the offense is back up. Now DeAndre Swift able to rub off Wilson. It's going to be a gain of about 8. So it's 2nd and 2 on the 23-yard line, and it's going to be a play action. Matthew Stafford with a mini rollout looking around, and he's going to find the comeback route for Rodney Foreman. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. His 3rd catch of the game for 75 yards, and we're getting pretty close to that goal. Now let's see if we can get that for him. That would be a big part of his development. And Matthew Stafford now under center, hands this one off. The left guard pulls. Jonah Jackson is able to pick up the closest DB, and he pushes through for the first down. And I think that was a great block by Jonah Jackson, the left guard, to get the most dangerous man, the MDM. And we're able to get the big first down there. Now Matthew Stafford back in shotgun. Swift still in the game. And looking around here, dropping back, and he's going to dump this one off to TJ Hawkinson, who gets the in route. A little mismatch with Von Bell, not known for his coverage skills. And I think we're going to take TJ Hawkinson 10 times out of 10 if we come out in that situation. Matthew Stafford now in the shotgun. We have a 3-receiver set, and TJ Hawkinson is running the little in route, looking around. We're going to dump this one off to Brashad Perriman, and William Jackson, the team's number 1 DB, is able to make the tackle before the first down. And just like that, we are in the 4th quarter, and Matthew Stafford is hoping to seal this one in with another touchdown. He's going to snap the ball here, hands it off, draw play to DeAndre Swift, who runs a man over, and he's able to get himself the first down. I would have wished that he kind of avoided contact there and just took the gap, but nonetheless, first down is achieved, and we get to keep this offense out for just a little bit longer. Matthew Stafford looking around, trying to pass it. He's going to go to the end zone, and it's TJ Hawkinson, who made the big catch on Von Bell earlier, and he gets his first touchdown of the game. And that's a big catch for us. Matthew Stafford and TJ Hawkinson just seem to be clicking so far this season. And that's going to be a big part of TJ Hawkinson's development if he hopes to grow into one of the best tight ends in the league, because he certainly looks like it so far. Another touchback there by Matt Prater. And now Joe Burrow in shotgun. And he just needs to put some points up on the board here. And he's going to get a play action there. And just a little bit of a miscommunication with T. Higgins, who runs the post. But it looks like Joe Burrow thought he'd be running a fade. And that ball just sails out of bounds. Now Joe Burrow under center, once again dropping back. It's possible that we're going to see mostly pass plays, and Tyler Boyd wide open on the corner. We get caught in a cover 2, and I believe Tracy Walker ends up following Gerald Everett in the seam, which leaves the corner route by Tyler Boyd wide open. A little smash concept right there. Now Joe Burrow going to be dropping back. He dumps this one off to Joe Mixon, whose momentum carries him out. It looks like with just a little bit more room, he'd have a one-on-one there with Jeff Okudah. But we're fortunate that he gets out of bounds. Now Joe Burrow, 2nd and 10 on the 49. He's going to be dropping back, looking for an open man, and he finds one. It's Tyler Boyd once again. Had the big corner route with the smash concept earlier, and he's looking to be a big fixture for this drive. Now Joe Mixon to his right, Gerald Everett lined up on the left. Joe Burrow snaps it, dropping back. It's very possible we see mostly pass, and Desmond Trufant cannot come down with the ball. That may have sealed the game. I mean, the game is already in a little bit of a stretch here, but if a Desmond Trufant interception ends up happening, we're able to go out and score. And Tyler Boyd on the corner route once again. Mitch Klein in coverage. That's a mismatch that I think Joe Burrow is going to take any day of the week. And unfortunately, it does work out in their favor. Now you can see Joe Burrow switching up, audibling the play. Joe Mixon goes from his right to his left. The defensive line is going to shift. Joe Burrow rolling out, and he's going to find his man under. That's Tyler Boyd once again. And I believe that's his 3rd or 4th catch of the drive. Back in shotgun now, dropping back. Joe Burrow looking around. He's got the out route for T. Higgins. Desmond Trufant makes the tackle before the first down marker, but this is going to be a 2nd and 1 on the 4-yard line. Joe Burrow now under center. It's possible we see a run play here. It's been a while since we have, but no, he's going to pass it. And it's Auden Tate who finds the gap in between the linebackers and the halfback to get the slant route in for the touchdown. And just a great play design there by Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense. But this offense for the Detroit Lions has a chance to once again go out and score, hopefully just put their stamp on this game and leave with confidence and momentum. First run only gaining 2 for DeAndre Swift. Now Matthew Stafford back into the shotgun here. I expect a mixed offense, but it looks like T.J. Hawkinson jumps on the fake snap, and just like that, it's going to be a 2nd and 13. So now backed up automatically. We have to throw this ball here if we're hoping to keep this drive alive. And we're going to dump this one off to Swift. DeAndre Swift able to pick up about 11 yards there for a 3rd and 2nd. And hopefully we get this first down here to keep this drive alive. Matthew Stafford in the I formation. He's going to be rolling out. DeAndre Swift gets hit, but Rodney Foreman on the crossing route is able to get open and finds the first down marker and more. Matthew Stafford doing a great job. His number 1 target was DeAndre Swift, but he does not panic there, and he finds Rodney Foreman coming across the field. Hand off now to Swift, and once again, like the run earlier, not much success there, only a gain of 3. It looks like this D-line is finally clamping down, and of course they decided to do it at the most important time of the game. Matthew Stafford now throwing deep, and it's intercepted by William Jackson. We made a comment on him earlier that he is this team's top back, and he's arguably perhaps a top 10, top 15 back in the league, and that's definitely not something to be laughing at with the amount of talent cornerbacks have in this day and age. And William Jackson just high points the ball, makes a big play on Brashad Perriman, who just doesn't get to create that separation, and it looks like picking him up in free agency for his speed is not going to work out exactly how perhaps we wanted to. Nonetheless, he's been very effective in other facets of the game. Now, just like that, they're going to be lined up at the 1-yard line. They pick up about 5 on the first snap with a run play. And now Joe Burrow looking around, dumps it off to Joe Mixon again, who gets a big stiff arm there on Justin Coleman. Unable to take him down, but he does get pushed out of bounds. Out in the empty set now. Gerald Everett to his left. And what are they going to be doing? We're bringing pressure. He throws it away. And Joe Mixon, for 3 plays in a row, gets involved in the play. He gets open on the little out route there. And they don't back up the way we wanted them to. Pressure doesn't work, so this time we're going out in a zone. And he's going to find Joe Mixon again. That is 4 plays in a row. on the drive before it was Tyler Boyd. It seems like Joe Mixon is the focus on this drive. You can see Malik Hooker stepping down now. We're bringing pressure again, and I believe that was Romeo Okwara a second earlier, and he comes down with his second sack of the game and second sack of the season, but Joe Burrow is able to get it off. A little audible here. Joe Mixon walks back into the box. He snaps the ball, dropping back. And he's going to go short here. That's Tyler Boyd. It looks like he does get the first down. But with time running out, we're more than okay with allowing them to do that. This is currently a 2-possession game. We're going to give them the short stuff. We just can't let them go score quickly. So Joe Burrow now, Joe Mixon to his left, dropping back, pressure again, and that is Jelani Tavai, our middle linebacker, getting in untouched, and you cannot let that happen to your young quarterback. And T. Higgins gets the opportunity again to make a play, and he drops it, and just like that, it's a 3rd and 20. T. Higgins may be battling with some confidence issues so far here today as he's unable, but we're going to test him again, and Jeff Okudah is there every step of the way, and it's going to be a 4th and 20 with only 1:30 left. As you can see, Cincinnati's offense stays out on the field. They're going to go for it here. This is a big conversion. We're going to bring some pressure here. Dropping back. He's got all day in the pocket. And just like that, T. Higgins cannot make the play. Desmond Trufant is able to come back to it and knock it out of the air. And just like that, we get the chance to put this game away. Kerryon Johnson out now. And it's going to be Matthew Stafford handing him the ball. We're going to go up the middle. Unfortunately, not too many yards to get there. I believe that was Geno Atkins, the first one to get part of that stuff. And they're going to call their first timeout of the half. Of course, their first timeout went to the challenge. So they only come down with 2. And it's showing to be very important with this way this game is going. And now Matthew Stafford trying to run for the first down. And it's going to be a 3rd and about 3. He's good stuff. He didn't fumble. We know how quarterbacks fumble in this game. But he's able to keep this ball inbounds, the most important thing. And of course, they've used their last timeout. Now DeAndre Swift breaks a tackle, trying to break it outside, but Luke Wilson, the middle linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals, does take him down. And at this point here, we just want to keep the ball inbounds. No mistakes. Looking around, we find Rodney Foreman. He's going to get the first down, and you can expect the offense to come back and take a knee. Another great performance for Matthew Stafford as he gets 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. The 1 interception was on the deep route to Brashad Perriman. It was not. Probably wasn't a necessary throw, but we did it nonetheless. And we're going to let the clock run out here. And just like that, we win 28-17 to make it back-to-back wins. That is awesome going into next week. That's going to be a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum. This defense looked much better. We saw more diverse pressure from the D-line. Romeo Okwara getting a sack. Jelani Tavai from a middle linebacker blitz. We saw great connection continuing from Matthew Stafford to Rodney Foreman as they continue to build chemistry. We had a nice little play in the corner route for TJ Hawkinson, who continues to show that him and Stafford are clicking. We were able to do a decent job in the run game. But just the way it was, the Cincinnati Bengals were running a lot early, so time was clicking. And we just ended up passing a little bit more than we would usually, only getting about 17 rushes between DeAndre Swift and Kerryon Johnson. We look at the pass catching stats, and Rodney Foreman at 108 yards. I do believe that means he qualifies for that boost in development. But we had trouble with Tyler Boyd, the slot receiver. Gerald Everett at certain points was able to really get going. We're just facing some of the same issues. This defense definitely needs to pick up the play. And, I think that's going to be our biggest problem going on with this franchise. Matthew Stafford is on a, he's on a clock right now. We don't know how much longer he's going to last. We've already drafted his replacement. He's going to be working in the backgrounds, and hopefully he's ready when time comes. But as of right now, Matthew Stafford just looks phenomenal. Now, as you can see, we're going to check up on Rodney Foreman here. And I told you I was praying for big things this week. And of course, Rodney Foreman now has star development plus 5,000 XP. That's quite a big boost there. And we're very happy to see that. So just like that, we wanted to go over and watch the Falcons. And, this is the first team that I think we see that they're going to have notable rookies playing for them. It's going to be Junior Springs at running back. Hasn't been very effective just yet. No touchdowns, only averaging 2.5, but he is their starter nonetheless. And then right end, Carl Mackey, one of the best defensive ends coming out of this draft. Looks phenomenal if you look at his stats. That 86 speed, I believe it was 81 finesse. And just like as well, it doesn't look like he's performed up to par just yet. No sacks. He doesn't have many tackles either, but nonetheless, he's someone we're going to watch. Now, we go to the upgraded points. Rodney, Foreman here. We look at his stats, and I just thought we can round him out a little bit more. We went to the deep threat last week, and this time we're going to go slot because his catching was a little lower than I would have liked, and I just don't want it to, like T. Higgins, end up biting us in the butt at some point when we really need him to make a big catch. I mean, he's made the big catches so far this year, but you just want to be safe. Now, Jeff Okudah, I saw that his man was a little low. I think that's where he's struggling most, so we're going to put those points into man. Okay, only one man coverage, but he does get the press as well, which is always nice. And of course, when you're upgrading him, you just want him to get closer and closer to getting a superstar ability. And TJ Hawkinson was our last upgrade for this week. I thought his run block was decent for a tight end. A guy who's more of a pass catching tight end. I thought his run blocking was pretty decent. So we're just going to end up putting it into possession, I believe. Yep. And the whole goal of that is we just want it to be a scheme fit so we can start gaining XP a little bit quicker. Unfortunately, we don't get it this week, especially with the tight end. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys very soon.